Yeah, hello guys and welcome back to my channel Comment Centric. If this is your first time to my channel, please like, share and subscribe. So let's quickly watch this video of Senator Pocahontas wanting Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to pledge to not suing corrupt drug makers, which is the big pharma. So they had a bit of argument here. So let's quickly watch this video and we'll dive right into the comment section. Thank you.
That you want the American people to know you can't be bought. Your decisions won't depend on how much money you could make in the future. You won't go to work for a drug company after you leave HHS. But you and I both know there's another way to make money. So, Mr. Kennedy, will you also agree that you won't take any compensation from any lawsuits against drug companies while you are secretary and for 4 years afterwards?
Well, I'll certainly commit to that while I'm secretary. But I do want to clarify something because you're making me sound like a shill. I put together that case. I did the Science Day presentation to the judge on that case to get it into court.
Mr.
Hearing.
Mr. Kennedy, it's just a really simple question.
Yeah,
You've taken in $2.5 million. I want to know if you will commit right now that not only will you not go to work for drug companies, you won't go to work suing the drug companies and taking your rake out of that while you're a secretary and for 4 years after. It's just...
I'll commit to not taking any fees from drug companies while I'm secretary.
No. I'm asking about fees from suing drug companies. Will you agree not to do that?
You're asking me to not sue drug companies,
no,
and I'm not going to agree to that,
drug
Senator.
Companies as much as you want.
I'm not going to agree to not sue drug companies or anybody.
So let's do a quick count here of how, as Secretary of HHS, if you get confirmed, you could influence every one of those lawsuits. Well, let me start the list. You could publish your anti-vaccine conspiracies, but this time on U.S. government letterhead, something a jury might be impressed by. You could appoint people to the CDC vaccine panel who share your anti-vax views and let them do your dirty work. You could tell the CDC vaccine panel to remove a particular vaccine from the vaccine schedule. You could remove vaccines from special compensation programs, which would open up manufacturers to mass torts. You could make more injuries eligible for compensation, even if there is no causal evidence. You could change vaccine court processes to make it easier to bring junk lawsuits. You could turn over FDA data to your friends at the law firm, and they could use it however it benefited them. You could change vaccine labeling. You could change vaccine information rules. You could change which claims are compensated in the vaccine injury compensation program. There's a lot of ways that you can influence those future lawsuits and pending lawsuits while you are Secretary of HHS, and I'm asking you to commit right now that you will not take a financial stake in every one of those lawsuits so that what you do as Secretary will also benefit you financially down the line.
I'll comply with all the ethical guidelines.
That's not the question. You and I, you have said
you're asking me, Senator, you're asking me not to sue vaccine pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah,
you are. That's exactly what you're doing.
Look, no one should be fooled here. As Secretary of HHS, Robert Kennedy will have the power to undercut vaccines and vaccine manufacturing across our country. And for all of his talk about follow the science and his promise that he won't interfere with those of us who want to vaccinate his kids, the bottom line is the same. Kennedy can kill off access to vaccines and make millions of dollars while he does it. Kids might die, but Robert Kennedy can keep cashing in.
Senator, I support vaccines. I support the childhood schedule. I will do that. The only thing I want is good science, and that's it.
How about then say you won't make money off what you do as Secretary of HHS?
Before we go to Senator Tillis, I think it would be important for me to make it very clear that Mr. Kennedy has gone through the same Office of Government Ethics process as every single other nominee in the Finance Committee this year and in previous administrations. In addition to listing his assets, including the items that you've identified, he has signed an ethics letter that has been reviewed by the Office of Government Ethics concerning any possible conflict in light of its functions and the nominee's proposed duties. And we have a letter from the Office of Government Ethics that he hasn't complied completely with all applicable laws and regulations governing conflicts of interest.
Mr. Chairman, point of information here. Have we had a single nominee come through who's made $2.5 million off suing one of the entities that it would be regulating and plans to keep getting a take of every lawsuit in the future? Have we had that before?
I haven't reviewed the past documentation of every other nominee's financial interests, and so no. But I know that every single time we get a nominee, their financial interests are attacked. That's why we have the Office of Government Ethics. That's why they've reviewed everything that's in his record, and that's why he has even, I think, and I don't know that I want to ask him to get into it, but he has listed his assets and has gone through a discussion of the responsibilities under our ethics laws and is complied with all of those requirements.
So guys, that's it. Let's quickly dive into the comment section. Let's see what people got to say about this one. This Mr. Mabus said here, not a fan of hers, but I thought she just asked if he would commit not to taking a fanatical stake in those lawsuits, so he would benefit financially. That seems pretty fair, honestly, and is not even legally binding in any way. And this one says they want him to agree that so their investment in the company is not hot. They are so corrupt. And another one here says, sounds like Warren is working for the drug companies and not protecting the interests of the American people. And this right here says, oh, watching her yell at him made me so mad. I'm a godly woman, but Lord, I would have a hard time restraining myself in front of her. I could feel the old me coming up, and I was reaching out for those earrings. Okay. Another one says, all he had to say was that he was not going to take a cut from same pharmaceutical company. He shouldn't, at least why he's serving in our government. Another one says, is that a senator or a pharmaceutical representative? So vile and disgusting. Yeah, she was really drilling him so hard. But the thing is, a lot of these pharmaceutical company has been accused of quite numerous number of things, and so when we see people coming hard at them or suing them, so I'm not surprised because they've done a lot of horrible things, especially even during the COVID and in the past years as well. So you can see why sometimes people come at them really hard. This one says, go Robert. This one says, she's employed by Pfizer. So people are saying that she sounds like she's supporting some kind of pharmaceutical company and she's kind of representing some of them. She looks like she's representing some of these companies or speaking for some of these companies. That's the way she sounds. This is all of the things she listed he could just do as head of HHS are what we were hoped he did do when he announced he was joining Trump. They says no, that's not what she asked him. It was not to personally profit from those lawsuits. You are just lying. You did think he learned his lesson after losing the biggest defamation suit ever. This is the moment was telling. And another one says, a scene that shows how humanity is at a turning point in its history. And this one says right here, given the context, it seems like the focus is more on sensationalism than substantive policy discussion regarding RFK Jr.'s stance on pharmaceuticals. The crucial prioritize factual analysis over melodrama in such hearings. Okay, this one says, why is this B worrying about his pocket? Yeah, same thing. Why is she worried about his pocket? I don't know. Can people get money from whatever lawsuit if at all they're awarded money? They don't. Do they not have the right to get that money? Because I really don't see anything wrong with that though. This says I'm a big fan of RFK, but I have to say that he did not answer her question. She wasn't asking if he would sue drug makers. She was asking if he would personally profit from those lawsuits. He deflected and made it about a pledge not to sue them at all. This says he doesn't have to agree to anything she states because Pocahontas is a liar, and with her hands in every cookie jar, what it to her if he is not bought when she most certainly is. Another one here says, I had to stop listening to the confirmation hearing of RFK Jr. because I just noticed that YouTube has the congressional hearings on a loop. It's like if they post that is 3 hours, then what you actually get is about an hour and a half before they repeat it. This one says, yes, he can. Isn't it wonderful? This is Big Pharma shaking in their butt. Meanwhile, at Big Pharma is just getting started. This one says, RFK is the man, I'm telling you. Another one says, Senator Pocahontas loses it after RFK refused to protect Big Pharma. Elizabeth Warren just exposed in real time. She demands that RFK pledge not to sue corrupt drugs company. Yes, you read it right. A sitting U.S. senator actually wants to shoot Big Pharma. So they're saying like she wants to shoot the Big Pharma and all of that, and she sounds like it though. This says she's always had a little too much of those magic mushrooms. And another one here says Senator Pocahontas, oh my God, I'm dying. And let's take this film and then we end for today. This says she's watching her hush money dwindle. This says, do they ever really want to answer their questions, or are they just trying to virtual signal atop their soup boxes? Let Mr. Kennedy answer the questions. He's willing and able. It's beyond ridiculous. This is Warren needs to go. So thank you guys for watching this with me and reading the comments as well with me. See, and I hope if you're new here, please subscribe, like, share, and comment your opinion as well. It means a lot to me. So thank you guys and see you on the next one.